I'm gonna go slow. Man, he out. It's busy out. All right, there we go. Lock it in, lock it in, yeah. Joe Lockett Show, lock it in, lock it in, yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show, lock it in. You ready to be entertained, educated, a little stimulation for your brain, lock it in. Are you ready to learn? Lock it in, yeah. The Joe Lockett Show, lock it in, lock it in, yeah. The Joe Lockett Show, lock it in, lock it in. It's the Joe Lockett Show.
What's up, y'all? It is your nephew, the best one in the world, and you listening to the Joe Lockett Show. All right, Joe is out right now. He will be in later. All right, don't ask me where he at. He in these streets, to my knowledge. He for the streets. All right now you got nephew and Miss Denise. You feel me? And shouts out to the Facebook and to the YouTube crowd. Please, y'all, like and share. It doesn't do anything but help us grow. And it's not even expensive. It's absolutely free. Liking this. I feel about that. But like I said, it's nephew and Miss Denise right now. You feel me? Joe will be in later on in the show. But until then, let's kick some stuff off. Let's get the vibe going. First off, how are you doing, Miss Denise? How your mental health? How your day, man? How that's going?
Good, it's good. Busy.
Busy?
Real estate.
Real estate.
Interest rates going down little by little, little by little. So, people out here ready to kind of list, sitting on all that equity in that house.
Listing, what is that? Is that like placing a spot before you get the house?
The listing is putting their house on the market.
House on the so they're trying to get that bread.
Yeah, I mean, we are sitting on a lot of it when the interest rates were so low, and prices of properties went up.
So is this like a turnover? Is the market getting better
right
now?
Now, it's a norm for us, honestly. Real estate during the cold months, because I think it's cold, or the dull month, what I call it. It's not so busy.
Mm-hmm.
Our time is usually spring and summer.
Oh, well, that's what's up.
But right now, interest rates were so high, and they're gradually coming down. Knock on wood. Thank you. So they gradually are coming down a little bit. So people are listing now. So, like for instance, just example, like I purchased my house doing
that type of time,
right? That 1.02 point interest rate.
So
right now, roughly, I'm sitting on like 80 grand.
I
have that much equity in my house. I bought it with a lot of equity, so I've only been there 2 years.
I need a house like
right
that
now, if you want to list your property, you don't get your money at the table. I'm just saying.
Yeah. All right. How was your Thanksgiving? I know me and Joe was talking about ours. Joe was in the street.
Joe is for the street.
Yeah, he was in the street. I was with my family. Speaking of Joe in the streets, he don't want to admit to it, but since he's not here, he can't say nothing or defend himself. So I'm gonna send shots.
What do you do?
So I was telling folks, because Joe's talking about me and my past, how I do stuff. I was like, Joe, you used to strip before you said, yo, I'm gonna go pick the radio route. Yeah, I was like, bro, I was like, you had the whole Magic Mike going on. You was talking to Mike.
He just tripping.
He probably just not getting off work.
Look, this is the only time we can say something. We gotta hit that.
No, what you talking about, Joe? Nah, bro.
Yeah. Hold on. Don't say that. That sounds like peace.
Oh my God.
Oh.
But your Thanksgiving was good.
It was really nice.
All right.
List your properties.
I know for my Thanksgiving, I had the folks over. Most of the older folks that used to cook, they got sick. So
Really?
yeah, so my cousins had to be the ones to hold down the Thanksgiving. They cooked all the meals, and they killed
They
it.
did
They
good.
did really good. Like it was no, I didn't even have a to go plate.
Really?
They ate everything.
That's what's up. See, the older people, they cook for 1,000.
Yeah.
So us, we come in, it's like, okay, we got 10 people coming. Let's
Let
go.
me count this up. Hold on, you was not. I did not know
I
you was
didn't count
counting.
you, so we don't have a plate for you.
Oh, y'all don't be making up. Nah, bro. That's a lot of dishes.
Sisters.
Man, wait, that's a lot of dishes.
No, dishwasher.
What you got the spoon for? You see it on the table.
Spoons. Why are you trying to? You gonna watch that?
Mm-hmm.
It was nice. It was really nice. I would every holiday. Ooh, I have a big girl table. I see them. We were little, we couldn't. And so it's like, dang,
nobody can tell me to move. Nobody can tell me to move. I'm so weak.
Yeah, so.
All right, that's what's up.
I love the holiday. Well, I'm not a holiday person because my parent, my grandparent, my mom, my grandmother, and my mom passed right time. But the thing I like about holidays is the food.
Mm-hmm.
I love food. I'm not a style of eating shit.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Thanksgiving, outside of the camaraderie and meeting my family that I haven't seen, because a lot of folks make an excuse not to see you until a holiday. I was fussing with my brother about the other day. He's like, what? Like you won't eat? Yeah. But man, outside of that, Thanksgiving is mid to me. I'm not a big Thanksgiving person. I'm gonna be honest with you, because Thanksgiving is the place where most folks they cook their soul food.
Right.
Soul food got really played out for me.
Really?
Yeah. There's only some soul food where I'm like, I must have. And that'd be like my cabbage. I love cabbage.
Cabbage. Like my uncle do not like cabbage. I'm the only person he'll eat cabbage from. I have to make some bread. Please. Yeah.
Oh my God. I
can cook cabbage.
It's funny. I got a funny story with cabbage, but as far as the rest of the soul food, I'm not a big macaroni person. I can't eat macaroni. I'm only on the ham really, really hard. Turkey is the nastiest thing. I look at everybody different when you eat turkey with nothing on it. Even if you're eating the baked turkey and you ain't eating the fried one, like I'm looking at you away. I'm judging you. And
turkey
then
is dry to me. Even I don't like turkey.
Okay. And then like greens, I'm good with greens, but I'm not getting greens over my cabbage.
So what about dressing?
Dressing, I destroy.
I tell you.
I destroy.
Like I could eat dressing every Sunday, like real talk.
Yeah. Like if that was a Sunday food.
Every Sunday I can eat it with some cranberry sauce. I know people are more like
yeah, stuffing. Oh, it is dressing.
Dressing.
Don't tell me it's stuffing.
Stuffing.
Wish you would.
You're gonna stuff yourself with that dressing.
What's up, Miss Rachel? I see you tuning in. What's up? What's good? But yeah, man, like it's dressing. It's not stuffing. You weird if you say stuffing. We gonna be. Don't come to the South saying nothing with no stuff.
No. No.
Don't start no stuff. It won't be no stuff
at all. Do not play.
But honestly, then like the and it's gonna sound too. Cornbread is played out for me.
So I don't do cornbread, and dressing is cornbread. So I won't do cornbread on top of cornbread. Yeah, dressing you make it with cornbread.
I didn't.
Oh wow,
that didn't mess me up. Oh my God.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Move fast. I didn't know. I'm so serious. I did not know that.
Yeah, that's cornbread.
But I'd be destroying dressing though. That cornbread, I eat that cornbread every day. but yeah, man, like the Thanksgiving portion of that part, I'll be wanting to shake it up. If we can do like, that's what I told my folks. I was like, man, I'm gonna find me a Latino. We're gonna have a Mexican Thanksgiving.
So you know,
or an Italian.
It's this new generation that no, it's not just you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I just want to change it. Look, I'm gonna change. No, man. When things were how they were, we had no issues. Y'all come in, y'all had no food to go. Like none of that. Like none of that. Everything. Everything. Now, Christmas, I just love Christmas. That was my grandmother's favorite time of year. Again, it's not good for now, but
it's not.
It will. So I like the lights, but my big fur baby like Christmas lights, but she's not here now.
Oh my
God. It's like, so we fly up to Michigan to my daughter.
I'm gonna invite you to my folks. I'm gonna invite you to my folks, man.
From the 21st to the 27th, I'll be in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Oh,
and if you live in Michigan or surrounding areas, please check out Dabney and Company downtown Kalamazoo, Michigan. It's a bar lounge, and it is amazing.
Oh, okay. Was you plugging in there?
Yes.
They that good?
That's my family. That's my daughter.
Oh, I felt like you was dropping the business. If you had a little side hustle, I was like, you dropping this in.
No, you would absolutely love it.
I got family out there in Detroit. So
see, I have family in Detroit. And like I said, my daughter's in Kalamazoo, and it's 2 hours.
Okay.
It's amazing. Like it's not just, it's for everybody.
Yeah.
The diversity of it is great, but it is Black owned, and it's named after Dabney. And if anyone don't know who that is, just Google him. Well, if you Google me, you'll see my ratings.
Oh wow!
I am Google.
I don't know if I'm Google yet. I ain't get that far.
I am on Google. But yeah, if you're in that area, check them out. They're great.
Okay. I got like 2 more recaps before we get into the show.
Okay.
One of my other recaps, which you if you know us, we are football fans. Outside of Joe is a pretender. Joe is definitely a pretender, but the real football fans is on this end of the couch. And Mr. Neeks
talk about Alabama and Auburn.
The Iron Bowl. I didn't see you for the Iron Bowl. Joe, he gave his recap for. I gave mine. I want to know how you felt. Go through all the questions.
What can we not say on this show right now?
Man, Joe be slipping, so I don't know. Joe be saying some of everything.
Because now that was an amazing game. I love games. I like when it's 1-1 or tied or 3. I love a good game. Blowouts are boring to me. So this is an amazing game. I am a Nick Saban fan. I think he is the most handsome, rich white man there is. Handsome, rich white man. I love him. I'm his side chick. But
oh my God, Nick, and that was gonna be funny. Nick got the chocolate little side piece
and won't tell us so. I am an Auburn fan, of course, because if you stay in the South or if you stay in Alabama, I don't care where you're from, you have to pick a side for that day. So we did really good because the next show, y'all can play. So I don't know what happened when they played that game the weekend before, which embarrassed the crap out of me.
This is what I tell most Auburn fans. I know I told my family this. It's like, I don't care what it is or what the last games was. when Auburn played Bama, especially at home, it's stop playing. They gonna get up to play it. So I felt like that was gonna happen, and it did.
Well, I was shocked on how the game's going. I'm not gonna lie. It was like, whoa.
Y'all have that was happening.
But number 4 is Alabama. Yeah. My only issue was, I'm like, why are y'all just letting them stand there?
Man, don't get me started. I don't know enough.
Even with the throw that made that won the game, when he threw it, I counted. Like I went back and just, like and I counted. He's still standing there looking.
Yeah.
Nobody's touching him.
More than 5 seconds.
It was. And I'm like, nobody's touching him. Nobody. Even when he threw that pass, of course they penalized him because he was over that line.
Yeah.
But even there, if you go back and look at the end, he was skipping. He wasn't even running. And I'm like, what? Are they scared? Now the boy is fast. He's good.
The boy fast.
However, that last they shouldn't have got. And I question that. That's the only play the entire deal I question. Not that I'm not questioning the touchdown. He was in.
Yeah.
But I'm questioning, why was this man not touched?
I can go into it. We not a sports podcast. I'm sure Joe is gonna say that.
If Reggie Ragland or Trent is listening, Reggie had to face me, some tea, I guess, with that freaking Alabama jersey on.
Probably some other ones.
Some respect for y'all. I guess I'll check on you tomorrow. Disrespect.
Shout out to Reggie Ragland and Trent, man. But yeah, so that was a real good game that happened over the break.
But the game is Alabama and Georgia. Number 1 and number 8. I think Alabama's 8.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So number 1 and number 8 this Saturday. I'm getting on some board. And I've never been on a board, so hopefully I'll win. But,
oh my goodness.
This is about to be a game, baby.
I think it is.
It's gonna be a game. I really hope it's a good game like it was this past weekend.
Yeah.
I want it like that. And I have to add, and then we can go on.
Okay.
Alabama, and it's not because I'm not a fan, but I was telling you prior to coming on, they hadn't played well this year
at all.
A lot of their wins have been luck and prayers, and but they haven't, and it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because they still fight to the end.
Yeah,
and they've won every last one.
They show they hard
that game. I'm not an Alabama fan, not because of Alabama or the team, especially not me. Yeah. It's because of the fans. Like killing trees and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go.
Because of this little deal, but
Miss Tammy said, "Hey, Miss Denise. Hey, Miss Tammy."
And then who else?
Joseph, I see you. What's up? What's good?
Oh my God!
Nah.
No. We want peace right
I mean,
that. This has been so peaceful. This is a great day.
Yeah, we had a good conversation. He ain't stop us.
Changed a lot. All right.
Also, but all right. As far as with the topics today, yesterday we mentioned a little bit on the T.I. situation, him and his son King.
That's called for rot.
See, me and Joe.
Because you a man, go ahead.
No, me and Joe had two different approaches to that. He thought that King probably has some resentment towards T.I.
Why?
That's what I asked. I was like, I don't see resentment when I hear him. I hear a boy that's entitled enough in his feelings to just start saying some wild stuff. Mm-hmm. But he was like, no, when the kids talk like that, especially to your father, I was like, you think he care in the moment that's his daddy?
No. There's an episode that I actually watched earlier. It was a clip of the episode they had where he was saying that he wanted to get in this rap game.
Yeah.
And he wanted to do it then. And so King was like, there are other children that doing it now, whatever.
Yeah.
And so T.I. said,
that was on the podcast. Right? That was on T.I. podcast. Right?
It was a show. It was one episode.
Oh, okay.
And so T.I. said to him, he said something about the children. And so King came back and said, but the oh God, I have to look for it. But the word he used, it should have been children.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, whatever it was, TICC, and that's another reason you need to be in school. Because he made it plural and it wasn't the right way. But King don't understand. First of all, what are you standing on? You know nothing about the hood. And I have to say, because my baby boy, we were raised in the suburbs. I raised him in the suburbs. Hood. So, or whatever you want to consider the hood. So with him, I remember he was younger. He wanted to go to the hood. He wanted to live in the hood. So I took him to where I was from, and I made him stand out and pump my gas. And he was like, I don't feel safe. I said, you want to be in the hood? I just let you come over here and pump the gas.
I didn't stay there, but I definitely grew up around hood folks in the hood until I hit like a certain age. Yo, bro, what most of y'all don't know, most folks is over there don't want to be there. Like you glamorizing the place, folks trying to leave.
It's not like that you want to be, you want to, grow up in a certain area. That's just what you have to do, and you learn that lifestyle. But if you could, I'll say this: name one person who came up out the hood making money and went back.
Like wanted to.
Now they may throw some money, but you move. Once you get to a certain level, you grow, and it's not saying that you're better than. It's just you don't want to be over there.
I'll do this. I'll piggyback on that. Name more than one person that did do that and stayed alive.
That part. So,
so
it's and I'm not, and again, I can't say what's the hood and what's not. Whatever area you consider the hood, hey, go at it. But for him to say, that's I didn't want I don't want to be behind the wall. I want to be outside. Little boy, first of all,
he did say that.
First of all, your grandmama ain't sitting over there in the hood. Number one. Number two,
that's true.
Your grandmother is not poor.
She's not.
Your grandmother is eating off your mom and dad too. So technically, you still living off your mom and dad. And as far as grandparents, that's their job to spoil their grandkids. With it, 32 first cousins, we all spoil. All of them. Mel, I didn't even know my address for real because everybody lived with my grandma's house. Laundry. Oh, when she passed 10 years ago, she left us messed up. We dropped our laundry off over there. Our kids, when we want to go,
Word.
She did everything. Post credit. We didn't know the credit.
Hey, shouts out to grandma. Grandmas do be handling it. They be holding it down.
They really do. Big mama. So my thing, like now, when people disrespect their grandma, who disrespect grandmas?
I don't.
We doing
that also speaks to the kids now. See that?
But the kids nowadays, I'm gonna tell you why kids are how they are now, though. Because parents, you ain't gonna say nothing to my child. So that's what the village went, because you don't want nobody saying nothing to your children.
Yeah.
And then these grandparents, the ones that were out here. And now the grandparents twerking with the grandkids.
Yesterday, Miss Denise.
That's not Big Mama. That's your mama with a big butt. That's not Big Mama. So we don't have the same grandparents that we had. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We had grandmama and granddad. These days, no disrespect, but we do. We have grandma. We don't hear granddad now. Be honest.
Well, to Joe point, he did say that too.
We have the different. How we're so my children, they don't have no grandbabies yet,
Yeah.
And I respect that because my kids, they want to live their life. They're in their 20s. My daughter and her husband trying to build and learn each other.
Which is fine.
Right. So and I am bragging because I was a single mama. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, just like y'all bragging about your grandbabies with the first, second, third birthday party, your baby being pregnant. Y'all have all these little glamour and bragging that my baby don't have any kids right now. So anyway, going back to the whole deal, grandma. And somebody said, well, he's grandma spoiler. Grandma spoilers. That's what they're supposed to do. However, this right are the ones that fall out in Walmart and y'all just let them sit there and cry. No, now that's not something grandma did with us. We fall out, we get our tails spanked right there, and we do better. And now come over here and let's get some of this caramel. This little boy, he's disrespectful, but I will say it's always one in a bunch. If you have children, if you think about it, y'all think about it. If you have more than one child is gonna give you some issues.
Word.
Oh yeah. And if you only have one child, that one child have two sides. Think about that. So
I am my mama's only, and I'm my dad's first.
You got two sides.
I definitely do.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely do. But I can see my little oh, she a piece of work. I'm looking at pops.
So think about it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
man.
And with King, how many kids they have? He's like in that middle one.
Yeah, he a middle baby.
Right. Most people have middle child syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that is a book on it. However, as a real parent, they don't like his parents. But anyway, he didn't grow up, and he needed to grow up at the same time. Grandmama, daddy, mama. You want to go to the hood? Let him stay in the hood. Don't throw your name out there because people gonna know you T.I. son. No, take away the name, take away money, take away. You know.
At this point,
and let him keep the pacifier. Let him keep the pacifier.
Hold on. At this point, he can't even take away the name. Both know that mouth.
Literally.
Oh, wait a minute. Say say
Oh,
you T.I. baby.
But if he be in, let him be in. Take away everything. You want to come, you go work for it. These kids feel like this boy. What job he's had since he's been? He never won.
I will say because you definitely right. I was because I just left school today. The kids in that classroom, they was chill until I got to around King age. And I don't know why, but for some reason, man, like they'll love. It's not even trying to avoid authority. They'll love egging it on. And I'm like, bro, why you get a kick out of this? Like I told one kid the other day, I was like, he went and tried to palm my head. I had to jack him up. I literally had to jack this boy up and call the principals. I was like, bro, and I talked to him later. I'm like, bro, what make you feel like you could do that to an adult? Period. He's like, bro, I was just playing. I ain't meaning like that. No, bro, because if you touched me, we was gonna have a problem.
And then it's gonna be that teacher put his hand on my child.
Exactly.
But it's never
your child don't know how to act.
Because baby, they knew me.
Exactly.
Miss Denise, baby. Never forget this lady sent me an email from my youngest baby, and I politely signed off. Got the belt, drove all the way there, signed in with the belt in my hand, and this was the suburbs. Okay, nobody stayed with school. Went to the classroom, stood in the door, looked for him. The teacher said, said his name, turn around. He looked, his eyes got booked. I said, come on. Went to the male restroom. Two other little boys were coming in. I said, hey, y'all gonna do your business or you want this too? They were like, no, ma'am.
No, we good. I'm sorry.
I told him to drop it. Whoa that butt out.
What?
Took him back to the classroom and said, you would not have any more problems. He was in the 4th grade. My son is now in college. I'm that mama.
He went to college.
Hey, I'm gonna stand with you when you're wrong. I'm stand with you when you're right. These parents these days aren't like that. Their children are never wrong. And that's
and they don't even want to hear the possibility that they could be. No,
and you wonder why the jails are packed now. It's not society, it's your parenting. And it's not saying because my middle child syndrome.
Yeah.
He was so serious. And I blame it on parenting. Why? Because I at the moment I didn't realize that the attention that he needed, I wasn't giving. So it still fell back.
Joe mentioned that too yesterday.
I had 3. The oldest was within this one was doing all this, and I had that middle one. Even though I was still at everything, even though I was giving him a roof over the head, all the clothes he wanted, there was a certain attention that he needed that I didn't give.
Okay, I got a question. Because Joe mentioned this yesterday, kind of where you was going with it, and I want to see, did you have to do that, or did you feel that way when dealing with the younger kids? He was like, in his family, there was a kid that in his eyes around, they're around the same age, him and his cousin. But his cousin, in his eyes, was getting the favoritism. He was getting a lot of attention. There was, you know what I mean? If something happened, kind of like, oh, he got a B or a A minus or something, they hip hooray, yeah. And if Joe and something like that did something comparable or on the same level, like an A, it was nothing.
Oh no, I didn't do that.
No, but this one I'm going with it. He was like, well, when he got older, he asked his grandma, he was like, yo, we always thought y'all showed favoritism to him and all of this. It's like, no, it wasn't so much of favoritism. We knew y'all was gonna be all right, but we didn't know which direction he was gonna get stirred. So we had to pay a lot more attention to him. And I was gonna ask, did you ever have to do it or take that type of parenting style or guidance style?
So with my daughter, she was a gifted child.
Okay.
And they actually have gifted classes. So the way she was then is really how she is now.
They still got that on?
She's a gifted child. Yeah, they do. But she's one of those, it has to be perfect. Has to be perfect. So she's never made a B. Ever. She went to University of Miami, scholarship.
Go Hurricanes.
Go you. Then my oldest, the middle child, he was very smart as well. But he would make D and C and F's. And my thing was D, I don't have a dummy. F, I can't say that word. And C, you just trying to see your way so I wouldn't get you. It was just certain things I said to my kids. And then Nicholas was all my kids are very smart. With Christopher, when he would bring home good grades, I would reward him. Like that's what's up. So all of them got the same. Actually, my daughter was opposite because I knew she was doing it. So I never gave her, oh my God, that's so good. She was good.
Yeah.
So I did. Now, if I dropped a ball or anything with her, it was that. Even though she didn't complain about that, you know. With him, he came to me one time. He said, I want to play basketball. I don't really care for basketball. That's why I messed up at. I messed up because my baby boy, he's football, basketball, baseball, choir, and I was he pro. And it was like, whoa, I didn't know the game of baseball real good. I love baseball regardless. I didn't know all that. And I let him do that, but I didn't let the middle one do it.
Yeah.
So while I told him, no, we're not going to do it, I did everything for this one. And now, don't get me wrong, Chris he was in other things, like choir and theater and all that. And I was in everything. But I did drop it. And I guess it would be considered favoritism when it came to it. I didn't think about it like that. I let him play all the sports, but I didn't him. So by the time I wanted him to, he's like, I don't want to do it. You know?
Yeah.
Grades, no. I always praised him about his grades. But that boy was so serious. Lord have mercy. But that I tried, and I'm gonna say I tried my best not to show favoritism because it may be that they think I was showing favoritism or something that I wasn't trying to. You know, we don't know as parents. All we know is I'm supposed to feed you, clothe you, do everything I can, be at everything that they had, everything, even when I didn't want to be. But it was that I didn't give him the attention that I should have given him on certain things. So he got attention another way, and that's getting in trouble.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So again, it goes back to your parenting. A lot of parents, they don't want to take that responsibility or that blame. That
they don't want to take that type of
parents don't book on being a parent, so it's okay to mess up and say I messed up. Right now, these kids are ridiculous because of parenting. I remember growing up, I had to switch the TV. You know what they say?
Oh my God.
Give me some water. He'd be like, oh, when I get the cable box. But I would say, oh, when I have children, I'm not going to make my kids do this and turn around and be like, hey, can y'all when that I think a lot of us still do that with our kids.
I told my boy when I have my kids, I'm doing exactly what happened to me.
But a lot of children, I'm not going to, if my kids don't want to go to church, and I just say, I'm not going to make them.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to make your kids go to church. You know what I'm saying? With me, I didn't make them, but we went.
Yeah.
And I just taught them who he was and that you're gonna have your own relationship with him. So just using that as an example, when you get older, since you didn't want to go, now you're not gonna let make them do it. I guess it depends on who you are. You're saying because I don't think we were raised wrong. Like I don't think we're messed up.
I like how you put that because for some folks, I feel like when they look back and they don't like certain things about their childhood and then they so concrete on it, it's like, yo, you don't open no door for no type of nuance in your life.
Correct. So now you are past that.
Yeah. And now they practicing a habit that you just feel bitter about.
Yeah. And that's it. And that's my whole point. And that's where we are today. Everything is that. And then I hate when people say I don't compete. Oh, I ain't gonna compete with this man. Yes, you are. There's gonna be girls in these prom dresses that cost over $1,000. You're not doing it because the child wants it. You're doing it because you got to show that, hey, my daughter can have a dress better than yours. Let's just be real about it. I've never seen
that serious.
It's that serious for him. I didn't know it either. You paying wedding dress prices for these prom dresses. Yeah. For what? And then your child ain't don't even know what school your college child wants to, if they want to go. You can invest that in something worth more than a dress that now you finna try to sell that ain't nobody finna pay $5,000 like you did. And I do know people who paid $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 for a prom dress for one night. This girl ain't even really. I mean, let's be real about it. And then you get.
Hey, 9 times out of 10, they probably ain't got no. They probably ain't got no date. Like, think about it.
I mean, renting Lamborghinis and all this stuff for what? For what?
They can't even drive that car.
For what? And then do you even know they graduated? Or they got to go to summer school? I mean, let's just put it out here. College, I have kids. I'm not saying I was perfect. I'm not saying I was semi-perfect. I'm telling you, we got to stop. And you one of us, we got to stop. These are sport rides. T.I. Son, King, appreciate it. Hope maybe some other people will open up their eyes and be like, okay, yeah, I don't want my child saying to do this stuff. So let me go and start now. And it started before they turn 1.
It do. And that's what the only probably thing me and Joe agree with real. Yo, you got to do this crap early. Get these habitual habits in.
Mm-hmm. If you can teach them how to walk, teach them how to use the restroom, you can teach them right and wrong. And they're too young. It ain't never too young.
Nah, that's what mama always get credit for, because she always talked to me like like you talking to somebody else. They're like, he never get no that going on his head. He don't understand what you're saying.
I be like, hey, no. My daughter was walking at 8 months and potty trained at 10.
What?
Yes. My son, that's
at 8 months?
8 months she was walking.
She just came in.
8 months. 8 months. When I think
30 weeks ago.
Girl is extreme. She's always been smart. And you have some kids like that. You have some that are a little slower, and
that was a slow
most of the boys are. Most of the boys are, even now. But it's not when I was carrying her, I was reading and doing things, reading to her. It starts young. Start young. 1, now baby, pop them legs. Because don't nobody want to keep no bad child. And then they end up growing up and then you send them out to school, which is AKA daycare. That.
Yeah.
It's not cute to have a bad child. Oh God.
I'm not big on the daycare. He done stripping, y'all. He overworked.
Hold on. Real quick. Don't say that. Just wanted to get that last piece of peace.
Last little nigga. All right, with him walking in there. Outside of the recaps, this subject that we was going to get into today was, have you ever heard of a term called love bomb?
No.
Love bomb or love bombing? All right. Love bombing. Love bombed or love bombing. This is a new term. Hey, all the old folks is watching. Congratulations. You find stuff in on real time. You ain't getting it in a week, a month later. This is the day.
I just got it today too, y'all. And I'm like, oh.
Literally, I got it last weekend. So guess what? Everybody in the same boat. But they started throwing around this term that's been getting used a lot, and I know it's been getting used with the trending situation going on with Diddy. We ain't got to go into it.
Yeah.
But people were saying, if you know the Diddy situation, do your own research. But they're saying that he loved Miss Casey early in their relationship. Like I said, do your own research with it.
Yeah, do your research.
But the term has been getting thrown away or thrown around in recent weeks heavy.
So what exactly does it mean?
The term in urban language or whatever you want to put it as, nowadays folks are calling person, because it's not just the guy and it's not just the girl. It's a person in another relationship with another one. When they show a lot of either affection, time, or gifts, or they're giving gifts a lot that's seemingly excessive, and I'm using my words careful, seemingly excessive, then they're saying that that person is trying to love bomb you because they're trying to get or manipulate stuff out of you.
That is so foolish.
And like I said, this is a new term going around. But older folks going into the dating world, this is what you're gonna deal with. So you might as well get to know it.
Let me make sure I understand, because I may have gotten it wrong.
Okay.
So if I have someone who's doing all of that, doing things to show that they like me,
showing that they like
showing me they like me.
It could be them trying to manipulate or get something specific out of you. And here I've been asking a lot of my I'm the younger one on the show, but I've been asking a lot of the females that I know, and they said that they've been loved bomb before. And this is what I give for an example. Because I asked them the same way I asked you. It's like, already, so what was it? It's like, well, he all or texting me all the time, and then he'll buy me things. He'll buy me this. And I asked her, I was like, ain't that what most of y'all want us to do?
I thought that's what we wanted. See, 1 minute we got
that's what I was
to
Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake Factory and opening the door, and all. Now I feel like a dude at this point. Like, what did you want?
But that's what I was asking. I was like, how do you?
That's just showing. That's saying, hey, I like you, and then I'm showing action and words put together. So now
that was my response to her. I was like, okay, so how did you know you was getting love bombed? And she was like, what you mean? I was like, alrighty, hindsight is 2020. If it don't work out, I guess you can have the excuse that you got love bombed. But do you know you're getting love bombed in the middle of the situation?
Okay.
Or do you just figure it out later? Because that's a little messed up.
So, but you continue to accept.
Oh, I ain't even say that. I should say that.
So what do you consider? If that's love, so what is what would be your position in it? If you're the receiver, you're accepting it. They can't do it without you accepting it. They can't.
That's a good point.
So what are you called? And then the other piece of that is it's just stupid.
It's just stupid.
And I say stupid because that's stupid. And I don't usually throw that word because I don't like that word, but that's stupid. Because the person is saying, I like you. I'm showing and giving you things because I like you.
Yeah.
That I can't even connect that to Diddy. I cannot.
I thought it was a shot because I was like, yo, she's accusing him of something else.
So if that's that, then I guess when a woman put on clothes to go out on a date, or I'm gonna cook for him, or what I'm saying. Uh-oh. So is that the same?
I'm glad you said it. I don't say it, but I'm with you.
I think the issue here is, hey, do you? I still look at it as he's dating me and he's showing me that he liked me, and me accepting it should be I'm accepting. Okay, I want, but I don't like. I can't say the word that I think it is when you don't like the person because that's it. If you don't like the person, then that's when it's considered love bombing.
No.
Or nagging.
They made it real clear because I thought like that too. I was like, okay.
But being manipulative. I mean, excuse me, y'all.
I say manipulative.
But you gotta not like that person to consider it to be a negative thing.
I can see why you say that.
And if you want to say Diddy, and we're not going into it, but it goes back to what I said to you. This girl had a whole boyfriend. What? So you left your man to go with this one. So what do we consider that?
What do we consider that? Did you love bomb him?
You accepted it. You left him in the dust because you never seen what the man was. But anyway, I've never heard that. I don't consider it being that. If a guy like me, if he want to give me and I am accepting it, that is that's dating. That's getting to know. That's I'm showing you and you're showing me.
There's a lot of different terms that's getting thrown around. That's a little loose. It's a little loose.
It's just foolish.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing, Mr. Stripper? What's going on, y'all?
It was so peaceful.
We had a good conversation.
It was so peaceful. There was no arguing, no bitterness, no nothing. It was just hold on. Y'all hear that? That's what we did.
That's why I went to Joe Lockett Show. Now it's the Joe Lockett Show. How y'all doing? Welcome in here, y'all. How y'all doing? So what we talking about? Bombing, love, bombing. We talking how you be manipulating all these sides. Hey, Tammy. What's up, Erica? Joe, I got a question. What, man? Yeah, I got a question. What? Do you love mom, Joe? Do I love mom? Well, you need to go ahead and tell me. Well, I'm trying to get my thing together here because that's my
yeah.
Just messing stuff up. I'm trying to figure out because she got her thing. So I don't know how it's gonna work. No, you didn't know that. We've been using it. But no, okay, you have to give me your definition of love, then I can tell you if I do it or not. Okay. No, I wasn't listening. I was being honest. I was sitting there talking to people. I get mad that we win this. This is y'all conversation. I was talking to people on TikTok.
And you see there's always
confusion because y'all
hear it.
Listen.
Now it was no confusion.
Everything was on the school. You come one day a week. I don't want to hear that. Hold on, not too much on his Denise.
Now y'all saw when I told hold on, you heard us get quiet and y'all still heard noise. You damn right. How about that? You damn right. I don't do cold weather at all. Okay? I don't like cold weather. So I'll be back in the spring summer when it's 90 degrees. I'm not worried about you. You always got a house. You always got to see it when as long as we got a show. No, on Monday, Tuesdays, I just want to leave my house. But again, we don't care. You got to see it as long as you want to come, baby. You just bring that chili. What I told you. She texted me this morning and said, "Bro, I think you last night. Yeah, I was celebrating for some. I've been thinking all this sitting in class, thinking that I got some chili coming. I go, no, I'm good. So I didn't eat nothing. So you better not tell me you ain't got my damn chili." Hey, what's that town do to Kate? The who? Kate. Velvet Kate. Yeah, I just want to say her name. Yeah, she don't know you. Yeah. I really, all just aside, I have really been trying to find somebody to get them off my counter. I said, get out the refrigerator. I'm gonna shut the window. They ain't got nothing to do with it. So all you saying is right now, I ain't got no chili. Trying to get to clear, and I said, "Oh, well, it is sitting on the counter." But friends like y'all, I don't need envy sometimes. And I ain't gonna get it the next Wednesday. No. But what? You'll get it tomorrow. Are you gonna bring it tomorrow? Yeah, because I got to meet you. Okay. Oh, I promise you, I got to myself.
You said last night, but it's okay. How y'all doing? Baby, I love you. It's okay. What?
When I make chili, I said, you know what? I'm gonna make enough for me and Joe. So
you text me. I've been celebrating. I was sitting in class all day today. I went to class at 8 o'clock. I ate a little bit at lunch. I said I'm gonna damn good chili when I get home today. Because they can cook. She can cook. So I'm gonna do a big old pot of chili. It's gonna be good. And it's cold outside too.
And y'all, I
listen. I got off. I'm gonna have
enough for you.
Man,
and I
this
said,
is
well,
from
and I
Google.
actually would.
Hey,
for him
hey, sweetheart.
today, and he
Where?
has them open tomorrow. Because it's just me. So when you make
But
chili,
it's okay.
you can't make no small things.
But it's okay.
So I was like, oh, okay, cool. When he said, you know, somebody made put more meat, you know, and made yeah, I know in the refrigerator. When I went to get Tyson's stuff, my thing went off, my alarm. I'm sorry. And I put it on the counter. I got on the freeway and I said, "Ew."
It's okay.
So I couldn't think of anybody who had to come my way.
When you got to use words like salivating, you was sloppy.
Bro, I'm salivating. I was sitting in class because, you know, and I'm going to let everybody know for the next couple of days, I'm taking, huh? Yoanna's in the kitchen, man. You listen, you can get up and go, you know where everything is. I wasn't even here. So everything set up for you, man. We have a kitchen in our studio. Hold on. But we have a kitchen in this studio. You know where everything is. All the libations is sitting right there on the countertop, man. All you got to do is go pour your glass of wine.
Yeah, I'm so used to having it just sitting up.
Exactly, but it's sitting right up in there. So you can walk right in the studio, leave the studio and go in there and get you some. What's your definition? Do I need to go get you a glass of wine? No, hold on. Do I need to get you a glass of wine? Okay, I'm gonna go get you a glass of wine. I understand we got your wine. So I gotta get my ass up now and go get you a glass of wine. This is some bull, man.
That's so salty.
Black boy, I'm trying to tell y'all. We got our own damn show.
Speaking of the show, while he doing that, this show has been brought to you by Miss Tamise Creations. We got the last little remnants of that. What is it? Ocean Breeze? Oh my God. We got the last little remnants burning out. Miss Tamise, please. We need some more of these Campbells, man. We on the last legs and getting hard.
That's Joe. That's Joe.
Miss Tamise Creation. She be hitting us up with the Campbells.
I wonder if she's gonna have a sale for Christmas because
she had Black Friday special.
Black Friday special?
Yeah, she did.
Where?
It was on Facebook. I mean, listen, man. What about you? Just saying. Come on, I ain't telling you. You text me, man. Listen.
Oh, y'all saw her.
Hey, y'all. Tell me how you doing? Hey, Shark, come on. How y'all doing?
All right. So the definition, Joe.
Okay, now we back. You got your glass of wine. You good? Cliff, did you want something before I get comfortable?
No, I'm straight.
You sure?
Okay.
You want some water?
I got my lemonade in the car.
I need to go to the car. Because y'all treating like this y'all damn show, okay? But it's okay.
So,
hey,
hold up, sir. You was late to your show.
Like I said, it's y'all.
Somebody had to hold it down.
I ain't got a problem with that. It's y'all show. Y'all show. I should have had a glass of wine in my chili.
Wow.
I should have had a glass of red wine, some cab, and I should have had a thing of chili with some cornbread, but I don't eat cornbread. But I have some chili sitting up in here. But right now, all I gotta do is I gotta go to the car and get some damn lemonade. I had to go get some special Denise special wine. And now I'm talking about love bombing. What's the definition, sir? Go ahead. How y'all doing? I'm back. What's going on? Okay. Hey, y'all, how you doing? So I was late today. I was taking a class, y'all, because I'm getting ready to start teaching in schools, and I got to learn this curriculum. So to get better, sometimes you have to get educated. Well, sometimes you got to get educated on the curriculum that you got out there. So go ahead, nephew. What's love on me? Denise, I don't give a damn about your love language and talking about my back. So, look, I don't care what you say about. I can see your booty cheeks moving down. So, your booty cheeks moving up and down after you talking about me. Now, hey, listen, I can say that. So, what's love bombing? Let's go.
So, everyone, all I was gonna say.
What?
If you noticed, it was so calm.
That's what we do. If y'all want a damn quiet show, I can
go. Hey, I can go home and go lay my black ass down. I came all the way here to do the show with y'all. Y'all can leave me alone.
Oh my Lord.
Love bombing.
As I was saying, you see the difference.
It's a lot of
And
what? I got my
did he not just say, I came to do the show for y'all?
I came from Charleston.
And I live in Clay.
Yeah, they came 30
But
minutes
he
to come
came-
to the studio.
But he said, I came.
Yes, I did.
Like he did.
I did tell the because y'all could have did the show. Y'all didn't need me.
It's hard
We
out
really
here.
didn't.
I know
We
that.
didn't.
I know.
Hey now, Miss Buffett, what's up on
Hey,
Facebook?
And the definition of love.
Yeah, I'm teaching a class. I'm learning. They got this thing called Common Ground in Birmingham, Alabama, and I'm one of the people who are actually going to be going into the schools to help teach that to the kids. So they have a special curriculum for the next 3 days, today through Friday, and we don't finish till 4:30 every day. So I will be a little late for the next couple of days. But y'all, y'all like
Shout out the Common Ground.
Shout out to Common Ground. It's a great course. Got a lot of really great curriculum. A lot of stuff I got to learn. I got to do some homework tonight. I got to do a lot of homework tonight. Yes, how to de-escalate confrontation. How to think about yes. So for a lot of the kids, we're being trained for that. Because I've been in school for a long time, so now I'm actually being trained to work through the city of Birmingham to go into the schools.
I would love that.
Yeah,
They need it too.
I truly feel, and
so that's
I
why I'm
think
late,
there
y'all.
should be a
I'm not just
plan.
late to be late. I'm late because I love working with the kids. I mean, I love it, and the opportunity
Somebody
was sent to me. Yeah, but real talk, all jokes aside, y'all know I've been doing this for the last 10 years, being in the schools and doing a lot of stuff. This is the first time Birmingham has actually asked for me to be able to come into the schools and work with the city under them with their curriculum. So I'm set for three days.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love bombing.
Miss Tammy, she did mention something on it, and I'm gonna read hers back out.
What's
Pull
that?
it back up. But definition of love bombing, in a sense, it's overly obsessive, and that's to everybody's discretion, but
Okay.
it's supposed to be you being overly obsessive with either the attention, the affection, the time, or the gifts.
Coming on too strong.
Coming on too strong, I
Okay.
guess.
But you accepting the gifts.
Okay.
But people saying that's what you're doing all of that in order to either manipulate or get something out of your partner. You're love bombing them. You're bombing them with so much artificial love that it
That's
has
not
to be
love
for a certain
bombing,
type
though.
of reason.
Because if you're just meeting someone and you're giving them that, first of all, it's not love. That's just showing you
Right.
that,
Affection.
hey, I like you
Right.
and I can take care of you,
Right.
or I could, again, it goes back to some women. So I'm gonna cook for them. What are you doing? You're showing you know how to cook.
Right.
So I just think that these days we're taking things
Way
and we're
too
just
far.
running it into the right. Come on now.
Now,
One
I'm a-
minute you complaining about cheesecake and he can take you here, and the next minute you complaining about,
Right.
And then
Thank you so much for the roses there.
where do you go?
Right.
I can understand why a lot of men say, hey, you want a man to approach you, but when a man approach you, tell me to get out your face. So
I think that's a BS word. I'm gonna say you can get my thank you, Lady J, for sharing, and thank you for the roses, Lady J.
Hold
I hate
on,
this
real
happening.
quick. I don't want to interrupt you no more, but I got Miss Tammy.
Hey, D.
I got Tammy. I want to read hers out. She said, because she kind of agreed with the love bombing thing from what it looked like. Says showing a person excessive affection and compliments to manipulate and control. Okay, so she was defining it.
Okay,
All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna say this. Okay. Yeah, somebody can have can be overly, aggressive in the beginning, but you don't have to accept it, right? So if a person is love bombing, if that's the title y'all want to put on, right? A person is love bombing you, you can turn down the gifts, you can stop answering the text messages, right? You have common sense. If a person tell you I love you after 24 hours, you know that he or she does not love you. If a man is buying you gifts and you accepting them, don't come back later and tell him that he love bomb you, because that's BS. I'm just gonna be honest. He didn't love bomb you if you accepted the gifts. Okay, you accepted it knowing what it was, and you didn't deserve it. You ain't that pretty. You ain't gave him nothing, and your food ain't cooked that doggone good in 24 hours for him to be giving you whatever he done gave you. 3 or 4 gifts within a week or first week of meeting you, that ain't love bombing. That is somebody that this game done worked on before, that they didn't smash, and hoping you're gonna do this same thing. I love how y'all come up with all the stuff, and y'all come up with all these names for other people instead of taking the responsibility, okay, of you, the woman or the man, saying, hey, I like the gifts, I took the gift, and I knew what it was. Period. It ain't no such thing as love bombing, somebody controlling you. If you don't want nobody to control you, don't take nothing from them. Period.
Did I not say that?
That's true.
And to add to him, going back, because he said that it kind of came up when it dealing with the Diddy situation. So with that, I was saying as
like it.
She had a boyfriend. And again, I have to disclaimer out there. I'm not saying who was wrong, right. That's not even what my issue is. What I'm saying.
Okay.
She had a whole boyfriend.
Okay.
When Diddy came into the picture.
Mm-hmm.
So if she's making it like, or they're making it like, oh well, he gave her all this and did all this. What did it say for her?
Yeah.
You left your dude.
Yeah.
And came over here
because she wanted that life. She wanted to be with him. She wanted to be a celebrity.
Did too.
Now, when he got with her, and he started controlling her and doing all the other stuff allegedly that he did, that's a totally different ball game.
And I like the fact that you said allegedly.
Yes, but in the beginning, she made a choice.
She wanted it.
You know what I'm saying? You got, and I'm gonna tell women, you got your average blue collar guy that you're dealing with, and Diddy gives you attention. Okay? Diddy puts you in a VIP box, give you 5 or 10 grand, right? You know your ass didn't deserve none of that money, but you took it. He didn't love bomb you. You were greedy. You were selfish.
Because you're not going to tell it. You had a boyfriend. And your parents greedy too.
Right.
Because when he gave you that apartment, your parents went to check the apartment out with you.
And a lot of y'all, because guess what? Diddy is pimping your parents and you because your parents taking the money. Okay, so again, it's Eric or a millionaire to do these things to you. You are reaping the benefits of what they are giving you. So that is not love bombing. You are manipulating the situation to yourself. But now that you got into a situation you don't want or you don't like, later on, now you want to say who's a bad person. No, you shouldn't say you was a bad person when they put the $20,000 or $50,000 in your pocket. I don't want that. But you would say, well, who's gonna turn that down? He gave it to me. I'm gonna take it. You don't have to take it. But $50,000 costs you your dignity. $50,000 costs you everything that you got going on that you got yourself into. That's what the beginning price of it.
Like this though, and I hope I can say this word, but this is actually in the Bible. That's considered a whore to me.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what a whore is. That's a whore. I mean, let's just be real about it.
Right.
I hate not going into it, but that's a whore to me. If and some people may say, "Oh, well, you will do it too." No.
Okay, hold on. Somebody said, if you bought me a nugget meal, would that be tricking? No, but the nugget meal, I'm not going to be. But hold on, with that nugget meal, I'm not going to be asking you for anything. If I give you $50,000, I give you $10,000. I'm going to expect something more.
Hold on. So that nugget meal from somebody may be there. Because did I bring you something to eat last week? It was
I've been making sure you eat, girl.
Okay, but that's something.
These other rules don't make sure you eat. I make sure you eat.
Okay, you said you don't agree. Okay, let me see. Can I bring Be the Boss on? Let me see. Can I bring her on?
Be the Boss should.
I'm gonna see because I'm open to what if. I just sent you an invitation. If you'd like to come on to the show, I'd love to. Oh, here she come, y'all. Let's go.
Now, I do agree to an extent. The music industry is a little different.
Okay, I get all that.
Okay, but you still
hold on. Okay, Be the Boss, you're locked into the Joe Lockett Show. Talk to me. Be the Boss, you there? Go ahead.
Industry is different versus our regular life.
I agree.
That's the issue for me. If you understand the music industry and what people have going through and how they groom these young ladies into doing things they don't even realize they're doing. That's the issue I have. So on Cassie's base, we can't. There's some things I don't agree with, saying that hosting a parenting, she was accountable. No, people have different ages of knowing things, knowledge, it's different backgrounds. So if she went into that industry wanting to really make music and passion for it, mind you, he didn't do that for the first 2 years.
Mhm.
You understand? So we can't hold anyone accountable for something that they don't know or that they're not knowledgeable about or even knowing her history. You understand? So I don't believe in that because it's a lot of guys do away. So yes, I understand some women do like to do things for that want the money, but in that case, I just don't.
Okay, let me actually. Okay,
Real quick, when you said they, you said they didn't know. Who are you referring to?
Okay, so when you were speaking about as far as and I'm sorry, I am multitasking. I'm also at work, so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, shouts out to you.
As far as when you were speaking as far as when you know what you're getting into, you get yourself into that situation. That's what I mean. If I don't know, not
So-
all ladies are brought up the same or have the knowledge that you think. So just because it's case and it's a bigger thing, I don't agree with that part because in the music industry, it's a whole different.
Let me ask you this.
You know what I'm saying? So just because it was so much money around, that doesn't mean that's what she was after. She actually had a dream.
Okay, let me ask you something, woman to woman. Let me ask you this, woman to woman. Whether it's in the music industry, because I actually dated someone in it, and believe me, I've seen how that world is, and it is.
My daughter's in the music industry right now,
Mhm.
so I know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm not saying that you aren't. You didn't know.
Mm.
But let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. So you said that she had a dream. We all have a dream. You said she had a dream, right? This is something that she dreams. She wanted to be in the music industry, right? No, no, no.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I want to make sure I'm understanding what you're saying. She had a dream. This man. Can you hear me?
Go ahead. She put it in.
So she had a dream. She had a boyfriend.
Right.
She was still with her parents.
Mm-hmm.
This rich man in the music industry came to her.
Mm-hmm.
You said that he didn't do it within the first 2 years, and I'm not speaking from what hearsay. I read the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at it. Well, the first I was looking at it from ordained, I would have taken it to court.
Right.
But when we meet or music industry, you see what you want, regardless of whatever anybody say. In that industry, you sell yourself, whether it's your body, whether it's your voice, whether it's your mind, you sell it.
She at work.
So at the end of the day, yeah, she may not have
Completely
wanted that, but she knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, I'm gonna do whatever it is I have to do to get to the level I want to be at.
Yeah.
That is the music industry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what she did, so you're not gonna do whatever you, and we'll agree to disagree. Well, we're gonna either agree to disagree or we're gonna agree.
Okay.
And I said that we're gonna agree to disagree.
Okay, but let me ask y'all this question, both of y'all ladies, right? Okay, so Cassie is 19 years old, right?
Okay, what did she do?
She's
She's a writer and she also produces. She works.
Oh, that's what's up. Kudos. Kudos.
right. Right.
As well too. So I stand more on that. That's why I was like, oh no, that's not true. I know for a fact that it was.
Okay, but let me ask you this question. But let me ask you this question though. Okay, so your daughter's 15. Can I ask you this question, Big Boss? Okay, let me ask you this question. Okay, so your daughter been in music since she was 15 years old, right? And you've been by her side, right? Okay. Okay, so you've been by your daughter's side, right? Right.
But you can't say what she went through.
Right. Well, okay, I understand, but what I'm saying is with Cassie and anybody in those situations, she's 19, right? You're in the music industry, right? When a man, a grown man, P. Diddy, okay, this is, I guess it was in the 90s or the early 2000s when this happened, okay, where information is out, right? And you with another man and you leave, you start taking stuff from another guy. You're not in the music industry at that point. At that point, you are trying to get on.
Correct.
You know what comes with it, and you know who P. Diddy is. P. Diddy been who P. Diddy was before he met Cassie.
And if she didn't know who he was, she wouldn't have got with him.
Hold on real quick, because I feel like we mixing points. And before we go down any rabbit holes, let's clear this up.
Uh-huh. Hold on, Nicky. No. She had no clue she was going into all of that.
No, that's why I was
no. I'm not saying what Diddy did was right. I'm not
But
on
we
Diddy's
still
side.
have to hold up real quick for legal purposes, allegedly.
Right. So no, I'm not saying what Diddy did was right. I'm not protecting Diddy. What I'm saying, in the beginning, you're taking whatever you take from a man or a situation for your benefit. Okay? So you know at some point, again, at 19, when she met P. Diddy, she knew he was a hoe. She knew that. That ain't this ain't no, maybe
hold on.
Let's just say
But Joe, hold on.
he was a whore.
No, what I'm saying is you knew what kind of guy he was. What I'm saying is that he got other women. He's in the middle.
Hold on. Everybody, hold on now. Hold on. Even hold up, be the boss. Give me a second real quick. Like I said, we're mixing points. Let's make these different now. He could be very well have groomed her.
He did groom her.
No, I'm saying that could be that case.
Yeah.
Let's not mix the grooming
No.
with love bomb.
Like I said, no, love nephew.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's what we started off with.
Yeah.
I didn't want us to miss the point.
Yeah.
Because we was in on this alleged situation.
He did groom her. Sure.
Say what?
Go ahead, be the boss.
Be the boss.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, I think she on the phone.
Let's see here. Exactly. I agree with you on that. Right. I agree. I totally agree with you. Okay, but I think right now, Be the Boss, I think what we're doing is on this show, we're not saying that what P. Diddy was right and he didn't groom her. I'm gonna agree. I believe he did groom her. I do. Once he got her on the hook, yes, he took advantage of the situation. Only thing that I'm pointing out, when these young ladies see this stuff and they see the glitz and the glamour, they're going for the benefits that's in it, and then they get caught up in it. And she got caught up in it, and he groomed her. But what I'm saying is, at the beginning, these young women, we need to make sure that they understand that you can turn down $50,000. You can turn down the Bentley. You can turn down the house or the car and walk away. See what I'm saying? So what I'm telling us is, yes, I'm not relieving P. Diddy of any of the insidious alleged things that he did. I'm not doing it. But what I'm saying with young women, we got to make sure that we hold you accountable to say, hey, stop going after and thinking that it's okay to take something that you know rightfully in the beginning that you did not earn or deserve because you're pretty.
Well, I'm sorry, because I have to also say we got to pull parents in it.
Sure.
And the reason,
My daughter today is not to take anything from nobody that she don't want to be with.
even if they want to be with them, you have to watch some things that you take. But I still,
Told me the same thing.
Right.
well, my dad, he's my
Right.
dad too.
Right.
I do bring parents in it, and a lot of parents don't want to be in it when it's something negative.
Mhm.
I bring, and that goes back to what you and I were talking about earlier. Hey, you got to sometimes take responsibility as a parent, and none of the parents in this industry are taking responsibility. When it comes from Aaliyah, her parents didn't.
Mhm.
You all want to continue to throw, and it's not that I like them or dislike the artist. I don't know them,
Mhm.
but R. Kelly. Oh, well, he did this, and that, and the other. What was her parents when it
That
came
part.
to who gave her an apartment within the first year? It's not what I heard, it's what I read, because I love to read
Mhm.
and I love to understand what I'm reading. Her went to look at the apartment with them, not her, but both of them. So my thing is this: parents, she's 19. I understand legally you're of age to sign a contract. You yourself, you say, I'm with my daughter, and I respect that. But those parents aren't.
Mhm.
Aaliyah's parents were not.
Mhm.
Everybody keeps saying, oh, well, he married at a certain age. Sis, where were your parents? When it came to the young ladies that they were saying R. Kelly kept in the house. Really? Like, where are the parents?
Mhm.
The parents was in on the money too. Read it.
Mhm.
None of us know them personally,
Mhm.
but read it. And this is not what he said. This is not what he said. This all came from what's the girl name? Carly? AC? That came from her side.
Mhm.
Read it. And then I had to tell nephew, even in it, if you read it, she said, I thought that we were over with, and I went back.
Mhm.
Read it. So it's not, oh, well, she didn't know what she was getting into. None of us know what we're getting into. I don't care if you're in an industry or if you're a simple person.
Mhm.
I was in it. Believe me, I'm just not gonna throw the name on the air.
Mhm.
You see some stuff.
Mhm.
But these young ladies go in here and they shake the ass and shake it fast to
Mhm.
get what it is that they want. We gotta stop babysitting. Oh, well, she didn't know. Stop. She wanted that life. She wanted to do whatever she had to do to get to the next level. Did he groom her? I feel that he did at a certain degree.
Mhm.
After she had reeled him in, or excuse me, after he reeled her in with the cars
Mhm.
and the money,
Mhm.
she saw it. She saw, hey, I want the rich life.
Mhm.
So at a certain point, when he started asking her to do certain things, I even read her side, and I did them to please him. So, come on, and before anybody say this, I know there's a thing of mental abuse and physical abuse. I do. Nobody's gonna come for me
Mhm.
because we gotta watch that.
Yeah.
We don't know what he did.
Right.
We don't know what she did.
Right.
What I do know is, and I did tell nephew from the beginning, that's called blackmail, if you ask me.
Mhm.
Because, and I'm not her side, read it. She said her side, I asked him for a certain amount. He said no.
Mhm.
Then they hit the lawsuit. That's
Mhm.
blackmail.
Mhm.
So we got to stop blaming one side because, yeah, I feel that my whole issue with him is you date these young ass females,
Mhm.
but a lot of men do. That's not in the industry.
Mhm.
I have an issue with that, but that's my issue. We got to stop blaming that side without blaming this side and making it like, oh, well, he did this. Stop. Everybody got a responsibility. Take yours. And that's just my whole issue. I mean, that's it for me. I'm not saying what he did was what he allegedly did is right or wrong. What I'm saying is it's mighty funny It came out after she asked him for a certain amount.
And it went away when he got a certain amount.
Exactly.
When she got what she
and
wanted.
it's mighty funny. It came out during the fact that he's now with Young Miami.
They're not together.
But him and her, right? Exactly. So it's like, because it's been real popular lately. Now I'm not old, I ain't young, but if I heard it, it's like, why are you coming in? But it's right after she asked for a certain amount, he said no. Now, what her team did, her attorneys, it's something I would have done.
Yes,
immediately.
Yeah.
But it was waiting to see if he was going to say yes to that. That's straight blackmail. She didn't go criminal. She went civil money. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I look at it as whoring. I'm sorry. You did what you did. I'm done with it. And that's my opinion on it. Because as a woman, I'm saying that she was right or wrong. She did her deal. Right. Take your responsibility. As a man, I can't say if he was right or wrong again because we weren't there. Right. I don't care if your child, your sister, your mama in it. We weren't there with them. Right. Different situations. Right. But take responsibility. And I'm just sick of it. Everybody's blaming the dude, but then the girl just simple and just innocent. This girl been innocent. Stop.
But okay, because Erica Biggs want us to read her point, but I'm gonna be honest, I kind of. Okay, she said she did not.
Thank you, Big.
Be the boss. She said she did not. She did not just sue Diddy. She did sue.
Same here. We love you.
She did sue the record label and she sued the company.
That was just covering her bases.
Yeah, that's all. That's all under Diddy.
Yeah, so once you do one,
she's making sure that somebody gonna pay.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, those not those.
That's just how they work. And really, it wasn't a suit. Yeah. It wasn't a suit.
But I want everybody to understand what Denise and I are saying. Diddy allegedly did. We're not taking up for Diddy. We're not saying Cassidy was not groomed by Diddy. What we're saying is, at the end of the day, for the point that we're making is, make sure the young women that's going into this industry understand that whatever a man does, whether you in the blue collar world or the entertainment world, there's nothing for free. Don't accept a gift from a man that you don't deserve. See, a lot of women, what y'all are not taking in credit, taking in retrospect is, y'all tell women, if he give me $100, I'm gonna take it. Right? Yeah. With $100 turn into $1,000, right? But hold on, Denise, come on now. You got women right now that be with a man and you've been dating him for 3 days. If that man give you $1,000, you gonna take it, right?
And that's the issue.
Right. But what I'm saying, your daughter sees you doing that, right? And you tell her, well, girl, if he gonna give it to you, you take it. Well, what is your daughter that's 15 years old or 13 years old seeing her mama do that, or that's being perpetrated out there on the internet right now? You get your bag, you do what you got to go do. So when a man comes to you and offer you 10 grand, right, and you know you didn't do that to, but you cute and you take it, and you know you didn't deserve it. I'm saying, tell these young girls, 15, 19, 21 years old, don't take nothing from a man that you know you didn't deserve or you're not willing to pay a price for. Because these dudes at some point, some way, got a trick up their sleeve. They're just not giving you money.
But I have to say, hold on, go ahead.
No, I was just, before I went to my point.
Sorry.
A lot of the women that do take those type of things, they're not. It's not in their best benefit to tell what they did for that type of receipt.
Most of them won't.
Yeah, some of them won't.
You have these women out here who will say, "Oh, girl, I said," but 90% of women are not going to tell you what we do. And I do say women in this case because men definitely ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what man gonna really say.
You know, and
if I got a sugar mama, I did what I had to do.
I'm gonna tell you TV, right? D, I know you're talking about the men in the music industry, but let me say this: you don't see a lot of men going out there suing other men in the music industry, whatever they did, or anybody else, right? Whatever young men go through, they go through it, they get their bag, they move on, they block it or whatever. And I'm not saying it's right what happened in the music industry. We all know what happened in the entertainment industry. We understand, right? But what I'm saying is we got to start teaching our young folks, not our young kids, that the bag ain't worth you. The bag ain't worth, or the fame of a monster that you're going after, it's not worth you, son. It's not worth you, daughter. That is my only point here. because just getting a bag, right, or just getting, a contract is not, you got to teach our kids today. What is that costing you in the long run later on? And why is this person? And you got to look at your kid, mamas and daddies. Is your kid that damn talented? Right? Why do this man or this woman want my kid to get an apartment and I want to pay for them and they're 19 years old? What song did they have they written? Can your child actually sing or write music or perform? Are you going to be there with your child? Or this man said, I'm going to pay you $5,000 or $20,000 a month to keep your child here. You see what I'm saying? And that money's not coming off their contract. This is money I'm just giving to you. And you saying, well, you're looking at your life. Now you ain't got to work again. So basically, mamas and dads, some of y'all are pimping out y'all kids. And like Denise said, some of y'all don't want to talk about it. All right, real quick.
We can go to the old famous Tina Turner.
Mm-hmm.
Because Tina Turner's mother, because when he came and got her, because Tina was young, I mean, she was grown, but and he gave her mama for Tina.
Yeah.
So it's not something new. I think all we can really agree on is if you have mama or mom and daddy or daddy, hey, stick right there with your child. If you look at in this music industry, the ones whose parents were there.
Franklin too, yeah.
Right. We don't hear about that.
And
you can tell.
Exactly.
And I will say, if you read it, and I continue to say, read it, because all of it comes from her side, because he didn't say nothing.
Right.
Your parents was right there.
Yeah.
So when you say pimping out your children or your child, that's really what it is. And I know it may sound ugly,
but it's true.
But it is ugly.
But it's the honest God truth what we're saying. And what I got to say to you, because I see what Dee was saying, I'm not bashing women. I'm not. What I'm saying is,
she wanted to clear up the side, because I don't think she think you bash women. It's she wanted to bring the light that it's other dudes that went through similar cases like Miss Casey. It's just the double standard is very much apparent. So for most folks, when they see this double standard, it's going to sound like, regardless on how much you want to clear it up, like it is you bashing women.
Okay, I'm a woman, and I'm far from, I've had some things happen to me. And again, don't think because I'm here, I ain't been around it. Because, for instance, my baby boy, his dad is a professional football player. I don't even think I told you that, but it's things in the background of that.
Yeah.
I have dated, a very famous rapper. But when my mom and dad grew up in a household where my father said, when you start accepting things from me, they're going to start expecting things in return. I learned that early. And the first necklace that a guy gave me, my dad made me take it back.
Say that again.
I accepted a necklace from a guy, and my dad made me take it back.
And that's what we need to go back to, what we're teaching our kids. Because now you, as a young lady, understand that I don't accept gifts from men. Okay, not like that. But in today's culture, right?
Everybody's supposed to accept everything. And
he gave it to me. I'm gonna take it.
Oh, you want my number and you want to waste my time, but I ask you for a certain amount of money. Stop. Just stop.
But
and I'm not making a statement. Let me clear this up too. That women, we got to make our own beds. We do, but we also have to make responsible decisions. We got to, and it starts young.
Okay, that's true though. Go ahead, Matthew. But nowadays, for the younger crowd, like you said, it's no real diplomacy on how you're supposed to get stuff. Or most of the dudes is thinking I'm supposed to give it. Most women thinking I'm supposed to accept it.
But it goes back to what we said earlier. These days, sometimes we gotta go back to old school.
It is go back to old school. I get you on that point, but that also go back to how we were talking about most kids nowadays.
They want a microwave. They don't want
and most kids nowadays, they're going to hear that and be like, oh, you was getting played. Or they're gonna hear that and they're gonna be like, oh, you was the type of person. Nah, you missed out, because they see it. And when you show them, and that's where this grooming and that love bomb start mixing. And that's what I wanted us to separate, because it's very easy to mix the two if you're able to see what's accessible to your face.
Now you're asking, and that's when they go back to, because we're mixing all the points. That's when we going back to how you raised your kids to see that when it's happening in real time. And a lot of these kids, to be the boss point, when they getting in these industries, whether it be music, whether it be sports, whether it be media, whether it be anything, and you know you want to get to a certain point, you know other folks did what they did, but you don't know what the extent was. But when it comes to you, that's where it start getting different. And whatever's getting placed on the table, you may not be willing to do what you did.
Which
That's where the love bombing and that grooming start mixing. Very dangerous, because it's still manipulating on both sides.
The person putting the money or the gifts on the table is the manipulator, and that person is the abuser, and they're wrong. I don't like that.
Well, hold up.
Sure.
Love bombing, though. I'm sorry, that's just foolish.
Yeah,
that's two different things.
Yeah. I don't think what Diddy did was love bombing. Diddy groomed her.
Well, what I feel he
and
did
took advantage
was,
of the situation.
I want this, let's just remove Diddy, because I don't play around with that little stuff. I'm sorry. Let's just bring it to, because reality is, even though they may have more money, it's still reality. It's still a simple life to them. They're simple.
Right.
How simple is this level? They're simple as that level. So there's still not much of anything. My boyfriend ain't shaking it. And I know I want to sing or a model. This man who I know of, because everybody do, I'm gonna take the gifts because he think I'm cute. Thank you, but no thank you. Can I, I want, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm trying to do. Real world, the simple world, $100,000 and less. If I know this is what I'm trying to do, I can, and women do this. A lot of them would date because they know you got bread or you got pool. That's the same thing.
That's how you pull them there.
So when she said, well, we talking about this world. No, it's the same.
Okay.
I'm going to get here because I know you got it. Just to get, this girl was with him, what, 10 years?
Yeah.
10 years.
Okay, he managed it.
Let me ask you this question. Okay, so most kids, right, are connected to a parent or a guardian, right? So when you start to, you get your first big contract, or you do, you get your first lump sum of money, who the first person you call?
Mom. Well, I can't call.
No, mom said, but who the first person the kid called? No, seriously, who's the first person the kid called?
It's usually gonna be their mom.
Yeah,
Their parents.
They can call it
their mom.
Their family member. And what is the mom going to do most times? Okay.
My mother would have been like, where the contract?
But see what I'm saying? So either you got the parents that's gonna say, let me see this, let us get a lawyer, or baby girl, I'm really happy for you, let me talk to him. And then by the parents start talking to him, they start to groom the parents too. So let me be honest. These people just don't groom the child.
Tina Turner,
they groom the parents also.
And I have to say, because, and I'm 19 years old, how old is Diddy? How old was he when he got well?
I'm not for sure.
So,
you old.
Your parent, my daddy, you gonna meet somebody around your age, daddy? That ain't happening.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. Most parents are not gonna allow a grown ass man to manage their child and give them an apartment without them being there, or somebody in the family being alone.
But what did I tell you? The parents will, and this is on her side. Read it.
He said he was in his late 30s.
Okay, and she's 19.
She's 19 years old.
But your parents went with you to check the apartment out.
Right.
So
because you know what happened. But can we keep this real? Okay. You go tell your mom and dad you got this opportunity, right? Mama, I really want this. Daddy, I really want this. You're daddy's girl. Daddy, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to call in. Hold on. We talk about today. I'm going to call in, check your mom. You can call. You can come check anytime. And what do y'all think I'm sitting there joking? But what do parents say? Because y'all do this when your kids go on trips. You do this when your kids go on these little vacations, right? You give them that chance and opportunity, right? When they ask you, because they give you the sad eyes, and you make a parental judgment to say, okay, right? Against sometimes of your best judgment, you allow your kids to go do this, but still, you are the parent. I'm not saying this is what her parents did, but that is what her parents did.
And I know some people may be thinking or saying, well, she was 19, so she was grown. So if you want her to, if you want to pull it off the parent, because again, parents
Okay.
are grown too. But if you want to say, well, she was grown, okay. And she was grown up.
She was 19, but her mama and daddy went and checked on everything with the kitty. We do know that because that was in the thing.
Yep,
that was in the thing. So her parents were there.
Yep.
So her being 19 with her mama and daddy there, her mom and dad is just complicit in the situation as Diddy is.
But this week, let's just skip. Like me and Cliff were saying, let's skip. Let's go to the part where she said, and I'm gonna say it again for the fourth time. I thought that we were done, and I went back. And nobody talking about that part, huh?
No.
Or did nobody read it? Oh, my bad.
No.
It was in there. Oh, her side.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying what she's saying he did. I can't say if he did or didn't because I didn't sleep with him. I wasn't there. But what I will say is both parties played a part. Period.
Okay, so the only thing I'm gonna say to this, y'all, and like I said, my only point is I'm not trying to fight for Cassidy. I'm not trying to fight for Diddy.
Thing gonna do me.
Okay, but Diddy didn't do love bomb. He did groom.
Mm-hmm.
Cassidy was groomed. At some point, she probably found herself in over her head, and a lot of kids don't want to go back and say they made a mistake. You know what I mean? Right? Or she's going to, you know what I'm saying?
Now, my personal opinion on that, when you were with him for 10 years, when you thought that it was over with, you went back, and she went back a couple of times that he did not go get her. She came back. She said she thought it was over. I'm gonna fast forward it because they've been broken up now for how many years?
About 10.
Okay, it's been 10 years since they've been together.
No, since they broke up.
So they were together for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Your money drying up. And your money's drying up. What you gonna do? Because you ain't going back over here because your money drew up last time and you went back. So now your money is you getting low. I remember that time you yelled at me. I remember that time that I had to do a threesome with you and screw. I remember. So now I'm gonna put out this book. I bring that up either, huh? But I'm asking for it first. Oh, you don't give me what I want? Big. That's your money drew. This is how it looked. My opinion, sis. Come on, man. Now, what I will say is that's smart. She's very smart, and that was a business decision. So you still kept it business.
When you
my opinion, not Joe, not
right. And when you look at the situation, the way she went into it, right? It was to make sure that he paid for what she went through. I get all of that.
No. She paid because she needed it. Because not one time, and if somebody, maybe I don't know, because I know he had they said a secret lawsuit, but there are no secrets in lawsuits. Lawsuits are public. You just have to go look for it, look it up. But they said, what was that? That she did a civil suit, not a criminal.
Okay, I don't think I think you really. I'm gonna say, baby,
and I guess it's the legal part of me.
Okay, but no one is victim shaming. What we're saying is, this is what I get upset with social media about and people about and my friends. We can't have a conversation to talk about reality. This ain't just about a person being a victim. We got to look at all sides. Was she a victim? We have said many times, yes. But there is accountability on all parts. And if we don't start talking about this in the whole perspective of what's actually going on and going to get in trouble unless they find out what he did, that's going to cost them. I got it. But what do we do for our young men and women out there for them to be able to do better? We have to what you are going into. We have to stop getting perception that it's okay to get a bag. Okay, it's okay to get a deal. It's okay if you do this as long as
But you don't have to give your body or your mind in exchange for it.
Exactly, and we got to teach our kids. We, as a community of humans and parents,
and we have to allow them because what we do, we're babying them.
Right.
And that goes back to what we talked about earlier,
Right.
T.I. and King.
Right.
We're babying them. Well, she was young.
No.
So it's okay to be young to get in the industry and do this. But then when it turns around, oh, well, she was young. No, stop. She was smart. She was smart.
Mhm.
And she's still smart.
And guess what my parents, I'm going to say it like this here. You know that party that you really wanted to go to as a kid? That everybody was there? I understand, but I'm saying, and your parents told you, hell no, you ain't going?
My daddy.
Okay, but I'm saying, but you're not going. And your mom, and they knew that you were going to be mad and, stumbling around the house. But you did not go.
You didn't.
You was not going.
And
right?
Something happened.
And then something happened that night, right? Somebody got shot or killed, right? Or at the skate rink or whatever. I'm telling parents, right? I don't care how much money is involved. Your kid is not worth a bag, okay? Your kid can probably say, this is my opportunity. You screwed up my life. If it's an opportunity and you are that talented, guess what? You will get another chance. But at 15, 16, 17, no, you're not doing that unless I'm there by your side 24/7. And Diddy or anybody else or whoever going to be in this game, if you want my child and you think he or she is that talented, you're going to have to pay me as their manager to be there to watch over my child.
I do have to ask, what is she? And if anybody know, let me know because I don't know. I just asked Cliff, what is she doing now?
She's dating somebody. I think she's married. I don't know
what is she doing now as far as career wise.
Oh,
what is she doing right now?
She's doing anything. She don't need to do anything now.
Well, that goes back.
Yeah.
That goes back. I'm just curious on what she's doing now.
Right.
Because I knew of her as Diddy's girl.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. At the whole time that I knew she was dating Diddy back in the day, I never knew she was in the music industry.
I didn't know she was. I didn't even know she was young. I knew her as that's just one girl that he missed.
Yeah, I knew her as Diddy's girlfriend now because I'm not a music buff all the time. Maybe I was stupid to the thing, but I never heard a Cassidy song.
Well, I just heard Young Miami, and I'm like, I just had to ask my son. I said, "That's her. She can what she."
So
she sounds like Young
Miami.
Okay, so you saying she's a model? She said she was a rapper or a singer.
I don't know, but
I don't know.
I was just curious on what she was doing now. Like
right. I would say this for anybody: love bombing. If a person or man will give you anything too soon that you know you don't deserve, right?
Well,
is it really love bombing, or you just being greedy and taking advantage of the person?
What I say is, if you don't like that person, because it's love bombing when you don't like them. Because if you like them, it's just like when somebody inboxing you, they irritate when they ugly. Let's just be real. And they, oh my God, he inboxed me when he fine as hell.
Right.
So I look at that the same way. If it's love bombing, it's more so because he's doing all this and I don't like him.
Right.
Because we're gonna accept it. Dude, me personally, I'm not big on accepting things like that.
Okay, so right here.
Sure.
She is a songwriter and a model and an actress, along with a dancer.
Okay. And again, like I said, I wish Cassie the best.
Yeah,
and
she's 30-something.
I mean, she's 30-something years old now. And again, I believe Diddy. I do believe allegedly what he's done. When a man is in power, I do believe that you can manipulate situations. Money does manipulate people. Money does get people endorphins going. If you ain't never seen $10,000 or $20,000, somebody drop $50,000 or $20,000 in front of you and say, "Hey, you can go do this today. You got $20,000." Some people are going to take it if you haven't been groomed at home to not take it. You can take groom from Diddy, but what were you groomed back at home?
My daddy groomed me, baby.
Thank you.
Because to this day, I have friends. They will accept money quick from a man. Me, if I will have to ask a brother or my dad or something. I can't. And I know someone that says, "Oh, you stupid." If I can't go out here and bust it and make it doing real still in the house or doing what I have to do, it's very challenging for me to accept things from a man. My ex, Chris, he used to say it. He'll tell you it took him. I'm your man. I'm your fiance. And come on, stop.
Right.
Then he gonna ask me why I answer my call. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm gonna tell you this as a man, right? Remember, like you. I love a woman that finds it difficult to ask a man for help.
Got pride too.
No. But what I'm saying is because, right, she's being groomed the right way, right? she's not going to ask a man or let a man know when she's in trouble, even her own man. What we are doing in this society is telling if a man is going to pay for your nails, if a man is going to go do for this, and like I said again,
grooming. Nope, incorrect. What we're grooming is a man supposed to pay for your nails. A man supposed to do your hair. And no man's supposed to do anything for you unless he is the head of your house.
Right.
Period.
And what women were taught back in my day, whatever you're asking a man to do, make sure you can do. If you go on a date, make sure you got enough money to pay for your own date.
And make sure you have a quarter just in case
you call home. Exactly. So the grandmama and the mama back in the day taught young women to be a woman and be responsible and accountable for your own actions. So, but now it's you go to a 5-star restaurant and that dude walk on you back there washing dishes because you can't afford it. Okay, if you go get your hair done and he don't cash you up to that money, you screwed. Back in the day, women never found themselves in that situation because guess what? Mama was gonna put some money in your pocket. When you call, Mama said, "Baby girl, look at your purse."
Well, it was especially grandmama. Grandma,
they're gonna make sure that if that dude screwed her over, that because these were when you had phone booths you had to go call. You had a quarter. So if you ever get in trouble, call home. They made sure, and Mama made sure before you left that wherever you was going, that she had enough money or knew somebody had enough money to cover whatever incident you may get in. Today, y'all are teaching or showing these young women to go get the bag, take as much as you can. I'm gonna say this again. I don't like what men do. I don't think what men with money and power is right is what they're doing. But if we teach our young girls to turn down,
they won't have that power.
They won't have that power. And Daddy used to teach me when I was growing up. If you're talented, son, you're gonna make it anyway.
Sure.
Yesterday, what happened, and you didn't get that opportunity, son. If you're really that good, you're going to be able to get it when your time is right. I'm saying as your mama or daddy, time is not right now. The kid may be mad as hell at you, but if it's not right for your child, stop allowing them to persuade you that they know better than you when you know better than them. That's the only thing we're saying.
Which goes to T.I. and King. And because we discussed them earlier. T.I. said no when King kept saying, I think he was 13, 14 at the time. I need to do it now. Other children doing it.
Don't tell me, man, that's the worst thing you could ever tell my mama and dad. That's the worst argument. Other kids are doing it. That means your ass ain't finna do it at all.
But T.I. said no. And then he said to Tiny and Grandma, stop babying him. Yep. And we do that. We baby our kids. We handicap them.
Yes.
And I say this to my friends and my kids tell you, it's not being mean.
No.
It's building them. One thing I used to say to my kids was the world don't like you.
At all.
I love you.
And the world don't give a damn about you.
So if you're doing something for the world, they still don't like you.
Right.
But they're going to smile at you. Mm-hmm. Once you stop or once something drops, especially, and I'm sorry for every other Black man especially, you're born in this world with a problem. Mm-hmm. So I have an issue. And if we really want to go back and sue everybody who did something to us, if you think about it, you allowed it. But it's a lot of lawsuits that be about here.
Right.
I do feel that there should be a statute of limitation. Mm-hmm. I do. And I think that people need to stop listening to other people and read for yourself.
Exactly.
If it's that important. Because personally, honestly, what they're doing, you didn't have me in your business when you were getting the bread. So don't have me in your business now.
Let me ask you this question, nephew and Denise, right?
Okay.
I see a lot of time when people see these situations, they just jump on the victim side. Right, without knowing any of the information, they see a damsel or a mayhem in distress, a mayhem situation, and they jump on the victim side without knowing all the situation. And I think as a society, it's my personal opinion, I want to know what y'all think, that yes, you blame the bad person, but we still need to make sure that we're educating and holding people accountable for their small, maybe minute part that they had. But we're not going to get any better if we don't start teaching along the way with the locking up somebody or making them pay the price. We still got to make people. We got to stop putting our kids in this situation. We gotta women gotta stop being putting themselves in these, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they do it, but you're in these situations, you're making decisions. We gotta teach our people how to make better choices too. So yes, I have to hold your feet to the fire. My mom and dad will beat me, but they're gonna say, I love you. You was wrong. I'll hold you accountable for what you did, but I love you still. And that's the point I think we're missing. What y'all think?
I do feel that because of things that's going on in the world, I think every party needs to be taught different.
Okay.
When it came with Puff, you know, and I still at the end of the day, I mean, he did some stuff, you know, good and bad. I can't say they need to stop dealing with young girls. This stuff been going back before our time. You know, great grandparents. I mean, hey, my dude's 61 and I'm 35. I'll show up instead. You know. But then the men can do it, but when the women, if the woman was 61 and dating a 35, you're gonna be a problem. But anyway, well, yeah. But I think that everybody
to a certain age, that's nasty for the pool too.
Well, I'm just saying though, it's more, it's accepted a little bit more. Real talk. Am I lying? So I guess what I'm saying is everybody that's involved play a part in it. And every one of them, from this situation, our Kelly situation, even more, because there's a lot of them. Okay, we can take this and use it as a teaching, you know.
Exactly.
Then, we're gonna automatically start finding somebody to blame.
Right. I'm with you on that. Nowadays, what's being taught whenever these situations happen is that first off, if you're a male, you don't have an opinion.
You don't have no rights.
You have no right to say anything on it. If victims before, even if
in other words, guilty.
You're guilty until proven that you're innocent.
If you don't go to court, everything they say has to be true.
Yeah.
And not all the times that's true. Because in his case, you were with this girl for 10 years. So of course she knows some stuff.
But that's what's getting taught nowadays. It's shame on most of y'all if you do have an opinion that's contrary to us accepting the victim. And I, to a degree, I get why it's like that, because it's a lot of victims that haven't been heard, haven't even gave time the light of the day, and who are still unjustly, you know what I mean, unfairly used.
Right.
But a lot of folks, and this is where I get upset too, with me being a black dude, especially around the age bracket that most of this is happening with, if there isn't enough information, or they're limiting how much information comes out, and we're automatically jumping to that side, kind of like how it was with the Jonathan Majors thing. He's proven innocent, but his name is still tainted, regardless on how you want to spend it, regardless on how you want to put. Even with Diddy now, even let's say he did, cool, allegedly, let's say he did, he's still going to deal with this. He done lost brands. All that came out. All that came out today. He done lost his whole thing with the little schools that he was helping out with. He lost all. He left with the revolt.
He wasn't.
So that's the thing, though.
He wasn't even charged with that.
But that's the thing, though. These accusations, regardless on if you're getting out of it with a settlement, and regardless on if you are found to be guilty. If you're found to be guilty, you deserve everything you get. Don't miss what I'm saying. If you're guilty, you deserve everything you get. But if there has either been a settlement, or if he has proven he's not guilty, he's going to have to live with those accusations for the rest of his life, especially if he's a black man. And that's where I get upset with this loose accusations, and when people start to say you're victim blaming, especially if even hearsay with information is hearsay with information. We can assume whatever. We not there. None of us know.
Right.
But regardless on the matter, they gonna have to live with if it was a lie. And I would say for most folks, have a level of empathy for the person who is dealing with that if it was a lie. Okay? If you guilty, get buried underneath the jail. Two parties. Shut up. I'm trying to make it clear. Shut up.
You sound like a radio talk show host over there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's passionate. He's passionate about it. I love it. No, I feel back too. But let me say this, y'all.
Oh my God.
No,
We love what he's saying.
Yes.
Because he wasn't, honestly, and I know it's gonna sound ugly when some people say, oh, she's wrong. Hey, I'm just legally, he didn't commit a crime. Or excuse me, he wasn't found guilty of committing a crime because she didn't file a criminal case against him. You didn't. You quickly went for the money. So for me, I do have a problem with that. Hit him where it really hurt. Put him behind where R. Kelly is. Let's be real. If it wasn't for what you wanted it for, why didn't you file one? And I do want the answer, and I'm still, because it's like, why didn't you go criminal? You went straight civil. Because after you asked him for it and he said no. But Bill Cosby is another. Did y'all read the case?
I ain't digging no Bill.
Well, that's what I love. You know, I'm also a law student. And it's not, I went for pre-law at Sanford, one of the top colleges, when I was in 12th grade. So I've always been in that world. I just raised my children and got them together before going back. So reading these cases or reading the Supreme Court answers, that's a passion of mine. So when there are cases, especially like these, I do. When it came to Michael Jackson, it's mighty funny. Nobody mentions him. He's still he didn't get his the king of pop. That was never taken away from him. But
accusations.
But it was. They didn't not do anything, and he not once or twice. When I read about Bill Cosby, the things that I read, it's like, how in the heck did they find him guilty? So a little piece of me, I really wanted it to take to court. Honestly, I did, because I'm like, let everything go out. But he was with this girl for 10 years, so she knows a lot. And we all, and I said it to say, we all have done some stuff. So it's like, shoot, I don't want everything to come out on some stuff I've done. So, hey, I'm going to silence this, because today he said that I knew somebody else came out like with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, Jamie.
But it was other stuff against Diddy. So is it now everybody coming? I mean,
well, like, I think, what Erica Bunkerson, I think, did say on social media that I'm going to reason to here is that there's a law that's changing for survivors, or something like that.
Out there in New York.
And so, it's about to expire. So this is why you don't see a lot of stuff coming out. And I get that. I want to make this
because I really think that law should be in every state.
I think so too. And again, I'm with everybody on this show. That was nasty, bro. But I want everybody to understand. We all say if you're guilty, you're guilty.
Oh,
I don't think we say in the big picture, but I want to say this before we get out here, y'all. Can I say this here? That young men, I ain't talking about the guys that are actually doing it, right? But fellas, okay, when you get this paper, you get this bread, right? Or you eat just the normal Joe Blow, okay? You got to be very careful of the women that you are dealing with, what they are recording of you, what you're sending to a woman in jest or jokingly, because once you come into some paper and they think that they can get a money grab of you, and listen, don't come at me, because what I'm saying for the guys who are not doing it, didn't do anything.
Wait a minute, because what he's saying, I'm gonna put this right here and let you finish. Because she had dates and times. So that day she had a little jump.
Exactly. So what I'm saying, I'm talking about the guys who ain't abused nobody. I'm talking the guys who ain't raped nobody and didn't groom anybody. Great. I'm telling God, okay, great, that when I didn't deal with it, I am talking to the guys that when you are doing certain things and you want to get to or you thinking or you're gonna be at a certain level in your life, you need to be very careful about what you're doing,
including making these babies.
What you are doing with these women on your way up. If you didn't do nothing, you will wind up paying a woman money. Again, I'm talking about the guys who ain't did nothing, because you got women out there. Okay, I ain't talking about the women that went through this.
Women are grown for those meetings.
Exactly.
And don't say, oh, that's not true. Yes.
Yes. So I'm telling guys and ladies, be very careful about what we're doing. Like right now for me, when I date, I send text messages or I send a picture. I'm very careful about what I say. If you're going to be a senator, a doctor, a lawyer, or anything like that, and somebody knows that you're about to get married or move into a permanent position, and they think they can get a quick money grab on you, whether you're a man or a woman, this is teaching moments, not blaming moments. Be very careful about what you're putting out there that you don't want somebody to ever find or know about. Don't do it.
But if you
don't do
it. But I will say, he say men, I say young ladies.
Okay.
Watch what you accept.
Yeah.
If you can't do it for yourself,
don't take it. Don't take it.
What you accept.
And I mean, this is even for grown women. Okay. If these guys are flying out, let me ask you, can I ask you this question? When a man fly you out, why the hell y'all go if that ain't your man?
And I'm glad you said that, because I've seen several videos, and not just one, but several of these women flying somewhere and then wanting to go live saying he's wrong because I won't sleep with him. He flew me out. What did you expect? Let's just be real. Let's be real grown right now.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you expect a man flying you out who do not know you? Just today, I read something on Facebook where a young lady here, it was a post that said, what was one of the strangest things you come home with or you went home with? And somebody commented and said a young lady. It was a woman. She said a young lady. The young lady came on a bus, and she was it's a club here downtown, and she was in the corner sitting on a suitcase and had her phone plugged in the wall. And the club had closed. And so she was still sitting in there. And the girl went over and asked, are you okay? And the girl said, well, I came because this guy said, I can come down, yada, yada. But now he's saying, I didn't know you were for real. I stay with my woman. You went. God ain't put in a bush, y'all. So you really gonna get it. But anyway, for a man, you don't even know him. And so I say that celebrity like nobody knows him.
Okay, but I'm asking this question simply. Ladies, when a celebrity fly you out,
Baby, we already know
what do you think he wants?
Don't be stupid.
I'm just trying to be honest. If this man send you a ticket and say, meet me here, what do you think he's flying you out when he don't know you?
Stupid. It's, hey, if I'm flying somewhere, please believe, especially celebrity. Well, and let's just remove, because a lot of people that's listening, they're not
gonna have time to go.
You're not celebrities.
Right.
Don't fly somewhere if you can't make. You bet. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
Okay, because let me ask the woman this: if you fly a guy out, or you give a man a certain amount of money, you do something for a man, you're expecting something in return.
Hell yeah.
Listen to what I'm saying, ladies. Listen to what I'm saying, ladies. If a woman gives a man anything, or if you fly a guy out to come spend time with you for the weekend, you're gonna sit there and tell me you're flying him out for conversation.
And we're taking a little smaller than that. A man taking you out to dinner, you eating your dinner. He take you to a movie. He take you to a jazz, go listen to live band. And then when you get all upset, and then he thought I was gonna go back to his house, or he was gonna come to my house. It's the same thing. So what's the difference?
Right.
What's the difference?
Oh, that's gonna get in trouble right
now.
But
all things we have to stop acting like, your body is your body. You don't have to do anything. Temple. It's your temple.
It's yours.
But please stop accepting the exquisite lifestyles, trying to be something for 5 minutes, right? And get mad when the person asks you to do something that you knew that they was going to ask you to do anyway.
Now, if you are the other set of women, because we do have them out there, and I'm not knocking y'all. Your job is your job.
Right.
If we have the women out here that, hey, this is how I make my living, or this is how I pay my bills, then kudos to you. Maybe you can teach these other women who don't want to do it that way how not to do that.
Can I ask women this? When that man asks you to come out, do you say I'm not sleeping with you?
Afterward?
No. But I'm saying when he can say, I want you to come out, girl, you fine, blah, 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 blah. Do y'all say
no
before he send you that ticket, just so you know, when I come out there, I'm coming to see you, such and such.
No.
I'm coming out just to see you and meet you for the first time. I'm going to go out there and limit to say that those are questions not asked before you get on that private airplane or the first class ticket.
But we don't have to go that far. It starts at home. Literally.
Right, I agree.
So for me, I can truly say if a guy asks you, because I went basic, because a lot of people, let's go basic.
Yeah.
So we're going basic. That's a question that we don't ask. That's a subject that we don't talk about. Well, what are you expecting if I accept your date? Accept this date with you? We don't ask those questions.
When a man gives you keys to an apartment and you don't have to pay.
Boy, please.
Okay.
Because first of all, that means that you can come over here whenever you want to. Hell no, I'm taking them keys.
But think, how many times a man said, I'm gonna buy you this car, or I'm gonna do it for you?
I actually had that.
I know.
And me,
yeah,
with my daddy, it was, no, I'm good. I don't care. The fact is, when I was with the ball player, I didn't even know who was the ball player. Because when I met him, I didn't know who he was.
Right.
And we started dating, yada yada. Now I'm gonna admit something I did do, but because I'm open, y'all know me. He played for Falcons, and I didn't know. So we would converse. He'll come here, yada yada. It was cool. So when I finally accepted to go to his place, because I never allowed him to go to my place, he'll come here, hotel, yada yada. I go to the hotel, or my girlfriend who stays there.
When y'all went to the hotel,
no, not at first.
Okay.
No, not at first.
Okay.
So the night I got pregnant. Yeah. The night I got pregnant.
Okay.
I wear his loft.
Right.
And he had a loft right on Buckhead, basically,
Right.
And it was literally right across from Lenox Mall, like, you going to this deal.
Right.
And this is huge picture, y'all, that was over his fireplace. He stayed in this loft. So you can see, when you're upstairs, it's all open. And I'm like, that dude look familiar, but he had his helmet. It was a play. And you can see through the, and I'm like, not over a year. Like, seriously, a little over a year before I finally met his crib. Because I've always been very reserved. Right. I really have. So, I was well screwing him by that time. But anyway, so it's like, that look familiar. Is it? That's me. I didn't know. I didn't know. Right. Like, I knew that I thought he was going, what I was thinking. I was young, y'all. Right. So now I know who he is. Right. And he started. Okay. Right. So that was, and I did not get pregnant because of that. Okay. Let's clear that up. We just by that time we were using it, you know. And I did get pregnant. And I didn't want him to know. Because I didn't want it to appear as though, because I just found out. Now, when I finally told him, which was wrong on my end, my son was 8 months by that time, he was very bothered because it's his only child. And I told him, I didn't want you to think that this is what he was like, no, I'm going to take care of you and my child. The issue is when he wanted me there. He wanted me, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. Because I couldn't have. Joe, I would not be seen with you. But it was, no. And that's when we had an issue at. And because I didn't want to stay with him and be in that life, he didn't want to take care of his child. Now, could I have easily I'll be paid right now with that child support. But I'm not a child support girl. You know what I'm saying? You do what you do. If you saying you don't want to do this for your child because of me, then hey, it is what it is. Right. But so when I've been in that life. I've been in that life. And it's not just for him. Again, I had a rapper, and he is very, very known. God, I should have went on hooked up with that one.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. But
I can't with you. Lord.
Exactly, Kimberly.
But I'm sorry.
No,
y'all.
no. That's what she's just saying. Gifts and stuff always end up with control.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so it was that control.
Yeah.
He asked me, he said, well, now that you're having my child, that you have my child,
Mm-hmm.
I want to buy you, and it was a vehicle.
Mm.
And I said, no.
Mm.
Now,
That was your stubborn ass. That was some dumb stuff you did. Man. I was in some of the stuff you just
but
stubborn.
no, it wasn't. I'm telling you why.
Stubborn.
Well, it wasn't being stubborn. Well, yeah, bros, but I'm gonna tell you what the deal is.
Oh.
The things that he offered me, I said no.
Uh-huh.
Fast forward, I told you. It got to where since I didn't want to be with him and be where he was, he wanted to remove.
Yeah.
So that right there is like, God, I'm so happy I didn't do it.
Mm.
Because if I would have, that would have been controlled. That's mine that you're driving.
Right.
That's mine where you're living.
Right.
Because what he did was he actually ended up buying me a loft on the site on in Buckhead off of Lennon, or right across from Lennon.
Right.
No. I've never moved in it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he wanted his kid. No.
Right.
I like where I'm at. My kids are in a good school. You know, it was no, because you travel a lot. You know, no. If I would have done that, yeah, I may have been living it up, but I would have been miserable. And
you wouldn't have
chances
been happy.
are, right. And he's already showing when I didn't move that he wanted to be, over control.
Right.
So sometimes we may think, maybe I should have. No, I had to think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about it. Just some stuff we need to think about what we're doing. God. Yeah.
All right, guys. You've ended up at the top of the hour. This conversation was a great conversation. And I want to say, for anybody that's being victimized, please make sure that you tell somebody you care about. Make sure if you feel yourself in a situation, call for help, right? When you think the time is right for you.
And
be strong enough.
Yes.
It's not the thing of calling for help, but you can call for help and then turn back around and go back.
yeah, that's the thing.
That's the problem right there.
Mm-hmm.
Don't, when you're doing things, think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because chances are, if this person's giving you so much back to back to back, you're not gonna see those red flags.
I do agree with that. I feel real passionate about it myself, only because I got very, very close people to me that been through that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I know how I was when I found it out.
Mm-hmm.
And when I found out how many of them it was in my family that I see close to me, you can only imagine. So that's why I play those two sides in my head.
Mm-hmm.
The accusations, and then I do not ignore the real victims.
Right.
And I don't want all of these accusations to drown out the real victims.
Exactly.
Because when you bring out all of these and it come out to either be a settlement or lies, now we are not looking at the victims because we're assuming that you are lied to, and that's wrong. That's absolutely
God, he's a great man, and I want him. Put it out there. That you are a great guy. So if you're out there and you want to holler, you inbox me. I'm not his mama, but you ain't gonna get mad if you got it. If you want to fly him out, inbox me out and tell me.
Also, we.
Right, then you can tell somebody who's got his mother.
Yeah, and he's passionate about this. Right, and so
and that's another thing, real quick. When it comes to this, because I know Ursula with his mom. And it's crazy. It's funny how with boys it takes mama to tell you, and with females it takes a father. And I know some people feel like, well, a boy needs a daddy, and like, true, you do, but a daughter, we really need daddy, and a son really need mama, because that's how you know get what you need from your. But that's really how it goes.
You need both parents.
You really do, but we need our dads so much. That's how you kind of, and I'm not saying 100%, but most women, you can tell when daddy was in the picture. You can, you really can, and that, and with that, I'll say, if you're a father out there, be a father. You know what I'm saying? I just, these girls, your children need you, but especially these young ladies, since we were talking about her.
Yeah.
Be that dad. It's not about child support. It's not about what you can pay, because at the end of the day, I don't know anything about money when it came to my dad. It was about the time he spent with me.
Exactly.
And the lessons that he taught me.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm done.
But I want to say thank you to Denise for lending her voice to this situation, a very tough topic to talk about.
Oh yeah.
You know, we went from love bombing to talking about actual situations that actually happen to people. I want to thank nephew for lending his voice to this topic that we talked about. And for anybody that we did offend, I apologize for the show, for my team. But we don't mean any harm to any victims out there. Accountability for everybody involved. If you are a victim, we feel sorry for you, we're praying for you, and we hope you're able to get help. If you are an abuser or a okay, no, I'm not gonna be nice about this. I am not advocating on any means that if you are a bad person, I'm advocating for you. But what we are saying, we having a conversation about this is why we can do these type shows. We got to look at all facets, all parts of it. We just can't talk about the parts that's bad or good that we think that we just want to talk about. Let's talk about everything because we want to do better in the society. This show us to betterment people.
Reality.
Exactly. We don't do this hit and miss stuff. I don't do this on the show. I'm not a Howard Stern. I'm not a shock jock. I'm not just not trying to get views. I really want to help my audience and help y'all be better people, parents, and all this other stuff. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this show. Hopefully you can have even more conversation with your kids or your nephews or nieces, you know, and please do that, y'all. We love you guys. We're never here to victim shame anybody. That is never our task here right there. So if anybody felt that, I'm going to apologize for the whole crew of today. Thank you guys for locking in. I will be late tomorrow again, but still please lock into the show.
Thank Joe for coming in today.
Yeah, I appreciate you, right?
Where he had his stripper clothes.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't have my shirt open. But hey, guys, y'all know how I feel about you guys. Thank you. So went over today, but I think it was well worth it, y'all. Jatem, Damo, Ashtamas, Liberty. You know what all it means. We all truly, we love you. Have a good night. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
See y'all later.